Hi guys, welcome back. If you can't tell by today's title of the video, we're doing a second impressions video. Basically, a second impressions video is where I look at a product I've already reviewed, because a lot of my reviews are actually first impressions, and then I tell you what I think of it now that I've used it a lot more, now that I've actually had an opportunity to play with it deep-wise, what it is. If you can't tell by today's title, we're doing a second impressions of Fenty's Moroccan Spice. But if this is your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit like. If this is not your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit subscribe, then like, either or, whatever makes you feel comfortable. But remember, if you do, that does mean more people get to talk to me about makeup, and I get to talk to them. And most of the people in my life, I legit live with just men. Like, heck, that's almost all I work with too. Nobody wants to talk about makeup. Okay. Now we are looking at this. I bought this on Sephora. I got it for half off on their half off sales back in March, I think. March or April. This is the Fenty Moroccan Spice palette. It is actually a very gorgeous palette. It's beautiful. The quality of the shadows are freaking amazing. There's nothing wrong with the quality of the shadows. It does have a little bit more of a creamier texture than you expect, and it does have a little bit of a shorter lifespan than you would expect from a palette. I think that's because it kind of is towing that line between a cream shadow and dry shadows. So its life expectancy is legit only 9 months, although this has been, what are we, month 9, and I've had 3. I'm not even smelling anything off with it. It's most of the way through its lifespan. This is beautiful. I'm not going to pretend. I've used it multiple ways. It's not easy to see on this on the style of shadow it is. Like, it's not easy to see the marks from me using it. It's gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie. The application is flawless. The one thing that I find is that I don't tend to reach for this palette. While it is pretty, there are only so many things you can do with this palette. Now, we do have at least 4 sparkle / metallics right here. There's only so many looks you can do with those colors, because if you can't tell, they're in the same color family. So, okay, there's only so much I can do with that. And then we have around in the blues color families right here, a couple pinks, and then browns. And a single white one right up here, which is actually super soft, and it's a duochrome, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it duochromes to pink and something else. I don't reach for it. I don't reach for it as much as I wish I did. And it's because it's very limited on what you can do with this color series. I was a little surprised to discover that, like, when it comes to the quality, we're talking top notch. It's beautiful. Its application is flawless. It blends wonderfully. It shades wonderfully. The sparkle ones, like the metallic sparkles, do come out on your cheeks when you're wearing it. So basically, if you're the type of person that does, I would suggest doing your eyes first and then your face, or if you're gonna do your face, make sure to do the powder so that you can just wipe it off, because it does come out a little bit on the powder, on the sparkle stuff. I just don't reach for it, and I think the problem in this one is the color story. I mean, it's gorgeous color story. It's just, there's not a lot of options to it. And a lot of these colors, the flaw in some of these colors is, like, we've got this one and this one. This is a brown. This is a beautiful terracotta. And honestly, this color is almost where they meet in the middle. I could have made this color mixing pretty much these two. Or I could have made, let's see, this color almost if I'd mixed these two. Like, the vibrancy of the blue is something, but there's just not a lot of variation to it. Like, I'm not asking for a rainbow palette, but it's very limited in the number of eye looks you can create with it. So if you're just starting off in makeup, if this is something you are tinkering with the idea and can get part off, like half off, like I did at Sephora, I say give it a go. You're going to enjoy it. However, if this is something you're expecting to make 4 billion looks with, it's probably not the palette for you. I would suggest trying maybe a Morphe or some of the Color Pops. I mean, its usual price is a little bit higher. It's definitely on the luxury end of price points. So if you can get it half off, I say go for it. Like I said, the formula itself is gorgeous. It's wonderful. It's just, I don't reach for it. And when I declutter, I have a feeling this is one of those ones that's going to get decluttered, or I may just hold on to it. I can't really decide on that right now. It's not something I'm super enjoying just because I don't reach for it. Now that we're hitting fall, I'm hoping to see if I can get a couple more looks out of it. If not, one of my friends is probably going to end up with her first Fenty palette. Okay, has anybody else tried the Fenty? Is anybody else finding this issue with this palette? Come on guys, let me know. Am I the only one that has this after playing with it a bit? This kind of, there's only so much I can do with it, like impression. I mean, it's been, I want to say, quite a few months, and it's just like, I don't reach for it. Okay guys, remember, be safe, social distance, wear your masks. Be nice to your essential employees. We're trying, God help us, we're trying. But COVID is working its way through all the population, so it's not just you guys. Okay, thanks, have a good night. Leave some comments down below.